All right, so we'll go ahead and start the other side here. I'm just gonna start taking things off and getting these out of the way. There we go. Okay. See, I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect this. Where's that coming from here? I'll disconnect this. No. That this seems like it's gonna be an issue for clearance, but take that off. Maybe not. Let's see, where's this hookup? Okay. Go ahead and take that back off. Hooked up at so I can see. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and loosen these bolts here, take these out, get those out of the way, and then I can figure out what else I need to take off to get more room to take the valve cover off. So I got the coil packs all unscrewed there, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my power duster, if I have any left. I'm going to squirt this off so I can make sure nothing falls down into the motor when I take the valve cover off. Okay. Alright, I'll go ahead and take these coil packs off. Alright, set those up there. And now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this off and figure out a good way to get this out of the way. That way I can take the valve cover off more easy. So be right back. All right, so there was a couple connections that I had to disconnect. One was down here, a couple, let's see, one was connected here to this wire here. Of course here, just use, just look to see what needs disconnected on yours if you're trying this at home. It made it easier for me to fit this down here. However, on this side, I'm probably gonna run into a space issue. I'm gonna do my best to kind of go around it. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and loosen all these bolts on the valve cover and take the valve cover off. All right, guys, I got most of my bolts loosened up, but what I'm running into is a space issue on this side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the battery. As you can see here, I got the positive and the negative side off already, and I got this screw loosened here. It just goes over the battery like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this battery out. If I don't get shocked here. All right, take the battery out. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loosen up these screws here. Actually, just gonna take it off. I recommend you do this. It's gonna be quite difficult if you don't. trying to loosen those bolts. There's a couple bolts right there for the valve covers. And it's gonna make life a lot easier. Luckily, I got an attachment to my drill here. So all I gotta do sorry about that. All right, is take that one off nice and easy. All right, now this box should come out. Wait, okay, I got one more. All right, don't lose your screws. All right, look at that. I'm stuck on something. Oh, got this right here. Hold on a minute. How you doing? Try to get this here. Sorry, guys. Pop this off. There we go. All right, got that out. Now, take this out. Man, that's dirty. So, probably end up cleaning that. But, look at all the free space I got in here. That is nice. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and loosen up the last couple bolts there and continue on here. All right, guys, I got all my bolts loose. I am gonna go ahead and take the valve cover off now. See how this comes off. Try this with one hand. To be honest, guys, this passenger side, I would say it's a little harder to take off. Than the driver's side. I mean, it's not hard, it's just taking, finding where to put stuff. All right. Take my gasket out here. All right, you can see there. You can see that this wire really gets in the way. Crap. Anyway, well, I'll work with it, work around it. And you want to make sure you take off this excess RTV. Try not to get it down into the head there. Got some down here. The other side, I'd take a razor blade too, so this one seems to be a little more cooperative. And all right, well, all right, guys. So what I'm gonna do is I'll make sure I take the RTV off. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this off first. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line this up, and I'll be back. All right, guys. So what I did was I took an 18mm socket, put it on here, so I can move and I can make this here perpendicular that way it lines up the notch that you're going to need to have in line when you take the cam out and when you put the cam back in. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and put a mark here on the crank and the chain. That way, if the chain does fall off, which it shouldn't, I'll know where to put it at. And what I'm going to do now is go ahead and put the wedge in there. And let's see, put it on. Look on. Right, go ahead and stick this down in there. Let's see. That'd be good. Okay. Okay. It clicked in there and it's pretty secure. I know it seems flimsy, but it should be all right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this phaser bolt off here. And with doing that, I will need to put a bar on the crank down there because when you try and take this off, it's going to turn, and that's going to give me some leverage for when I remove this bolt here, because the last phaser bolt took quite a bit of power to take out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. All right, guys, I got my phaser bolt loosened up. It took a good amount of force, and it's hard. I'm doing it by myself. But I basically had to hold the crank in place with a ratchet and a bolt, and then while I put a breaker bar on another ratchet to get this loose. So these are only one-time use, so I'm going to go ahead and discard that. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this off here, this bracket, and then I'm going to take the rest off as well. And I'm going to do that. I'll loosen them up and take them off as I need to. All right, guys, got all the brackets off there. The cam is ready to come out. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean off the brackets here before I put them back on. So I'm going to do that now, and then I'm going to take the cam out. All right, guys, so I'm doing this by myself. It's a little tricky. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, the old cam shaft out. And what I'm going to do before I take that off, just so the chain doesn't pop off. All right, guys, I got my bolts all torqued down. I took my wedge out. I got my phaser bolt all torqued down as well. Next thing I'm gonna do is apply some cam insulation oil and put it here on the lobes. Okay. All right, next thing I'm gonna do is apply a new RTV, and at this point I have already removed the old RTV, and I'm just gonna apply it right here where the old one is. Put the valve there. And got a nice scob there. You can see it down there. And right there. Okay. Okay, I am ready to put my valve cover back on. I got my new gasket on here, and I also got the new blue bushings there that I put in after I took this off. So time to put this sucker back on. I finished torquing down my bolts for my valve cover, so I'm going to go ahead and put the coil packs back in and screw those in. Right, guys, now that I got my coil packs in, I'm going to go ahead and reconnect all my stuff here. Apologize if the video's like everywhere. I do want to mention, when you put the valve cover back on, make sure that you do not have one of these little clips in between the valve cover and the head, because you'll have to take it back off. I found that out the hard way. Yeah, so it wasn't fun. But like I said, you kind of go learn as you go. Anyway, I'm gonna put these back on. I'll be back. I got everything reinstalled. Everything is hooked up. Battery is in and hooked up. I got the intake back on. Screwed in. I'm just gonna wipe a couple things off. I do have a new tune that I got from Brenspeed. So this build, YouTube build, was Detroit Rocker cams by Brenspeed, and a new tune. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna load the tune and then fire it up, see how it turns out. I'm gonna install the new tune in my Saleen Mustang here. I'm just gonna put this in the little thing down here. Okay. Let's see here. All right, I'm gonna do, you can see that good. Program vehicle, continue. All right, turnkey on. Turnkey on. All right, continue. There we go. Continue. Program vehicle. So you can continue. What's going on here? All right, it's processing. Preloaded tune. So I'm gonna scroll down to my tune here. Brenspeed 93 Saleen was my last tune. with the Corvette Killer package, and then I'm going to download the Brenspeed rocker cams tune. Here we go. All right, I'm not gonna mess with any of these settings here. Let's see, I'm going to approve. Custom tune, Brenspeed, 93 rocker cams. Continue. All right, turnkey off. All right, turnkey on. This may take a couple minutes or a minute. I don't know. Shouldn't be too long. All right, when it's 100%, I'll be back. All right, guys. You can see it is clearing DTC. It has, should be, okay. Turnkey off. I already downloaded it. Wait. Download complete. All right. Done. Okay, download complete. I'm gonna go ahead and take this out. Next thing to do is I'm gonna cross my fingers. I'm gonna pray that this job that I did completely watching YouTube videos, I'm not a mechanic, turned out well. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, so the job is all done. This is my YouTube build, Brenspeed camshafts. This is the moment of truth. Tune is downloaded. Next thing I gotta do is turn the key and see what happens.
Oh my God. I really hope it works. Oh my God. Boy, come here.
can't tell if it's coming out of the valve cover or not.